Your rights are now complete, Inanna. The underworld's power is absolute. With each gate, her divine protections and powers were peeled away, leaving her exposed and vulnerable. Once stripped of all her adornments, Inanna crouched low, and her clothing was taken, carried away into the shadows. She approached Ereshkigal's throne, but rather than bowing, she rose, daring to take her sister's seat. In response, the Anunnaki, the seven judges of the underworld, cast their judgment upon her. Their gaze was death itself, their words laced with wrath. They looked upon her, and it was the look of death. They spoke to her, and it was the speech of anger. They cried out against her, and it was the shout of heavy guilt. The sentence fell upon Inanna, and in an instant, her life was taken. Her body, devoid of spirit, was turned into a lifeless corpse and hung upon a hook in the depths of the underworld. For 3 days and 3 nights, Inanna lay in silence, bound by death, while her faithful minister Ninshubor remained above, vigilant to her instructions. As the days passed, Ninshubor remembered her mistress's orders and mourned her loss and sorrow. She raised a lament, her voice echoing through the ruined temples. She beat the drum in the sanctuaries and moved through the sacred houses of the gods, pleading for Inanna. In her mourning, Ninshubor tore at her flesh, marking her face with grief. She clothed herself as a pauper, wrapped in a single garment, and all alone, she journeyed to Ekor, the house of Enlil. When she entered the great hall, she lamented before him, her voice full of desperate sorrow. Father Enlil, do not allow your daughter to perish in the underworld. Do not let her pure metal mingle with the dirt of that forsaken place. Do not allow her precious lapis to be shattered by the mason's hammer, or her sacred boxwood to be cut by the carpenter's blade. Do not let young Inanna be destroyed within the shadows of the underworld. In Enlil's great hall, Ninshubor pleaded fervently, yet her words fell upon ears unyielding in judgment. Enlil's face darkened with wrath as he responded, "My daughter sought both the heavens and the depths below. Inanna craved what she should not, for the powers of the underworld are not for mortal desire. Those who grasp them are bound to remain in that shadowed realm. How can one expect to return from the land of no return?" With a heart heavy with denial, Enlil offered no aid. Undeterred, Ninshubur made her way to Ur, entering the Ikishnujal, the sacred house of Nana, to implore him for mercy on Inanna's behalf. Her lament echoed through the chambers. "Father Nana, do not let your daughter perish in the underworld. Do not let her sacred metal mingle with the soil, nor her lapis be shattered upon common stone. Shield her boxwood from the carpenter's blade. Spare young Inanna from the fate of the underworld." Yet Nana, too, met her pleas with ire. "Inanna craved both the heavens and the depths below," he declared, echoing Enlil's words. "She has sought what should never be sought. Who enters the underworld expecting to ascend again? Those who claim its powers must stay." And thus, Nana withheld his aid. Ninshubur, undaunted, journeyed to Eridu, the city of Enki, wise among the gods, and entered his house. There, with deep sorrow, she made her lamentation once more. "Father Enki, do not let your daughter perish in the underworld. Guard her precious metal from corruption, her lapis from shattering, her boxwood from destruction. Spare young Inanna from the realm of shadows." Enki's response was unlike that of the others. Troubled, he pondered her words, murmuring, "What has Inanna done to bring such worry upon me? What troubles have befallen the mistress of the lands?" His mind weighed her fate, and finally his compassion stirred. With quiet resolve, Enki lifted some dirt from the tips of his fingernails, creating two figures, the Kurjara and the Galatura. Into the hands of the Kurjara, he placed the life-giving plant, and to the Galatura, he entrusted the life-giving water. Neither of the two figures had a gender. Galatura and Kurjara could enter the realm of the dead. They were like robots. Enki then spoke to the beings he had fashioned, giving them careful instructions. You are to descend to the underworld, slip past the door like flies, through its pivots like phantoms. You will find Ereshkigal lying low, the weight of her sorrow upon her. Her shoulders are bare, her breasts empty, her nails sharp and jagged like a pickaxe upon her flesh. Her hair is tangled, heaped upon her head as though it were leeks. When she groans, "Oh, my heart," reply, "Your heart is troubled, Our Lady. Oh, your heart." When she sighs, "Oh, my liver," answer her, "Your liver is troubled, Our Lady. Oh, your liver." This will reach her, and she will ask, "Who are you?" You speak to me from heart to heart, from liver to liver. If you are gods, let us converse. If you are mortals, may a destiny be decreed for you. Ensure she swears this by the bond of heaven and earth. He warned them further. She will offer you a river of water. Refuse it. She will present you with a field of grain. Do not accept it. Instead, demand the body hanging on the hook. She may protest, saying, "This is the corpse of your queen, but you must insist. Whether it is our king or our queen, give it to us." She will then give you the corpse. Sprinkle upon it the life-giving plant and life-giving water. Thus, let Inanna rise. The Galatura and Kurjara, having heeded Enki's words, slipped into the underworld like shadows, passing through the gates as if they were mere whispers. Before them lay Ereshkigal, the goddess of the underworld, burdened by the weight of sorrow and isolation. Her holy shoulders lay bare, without the comfort of linen. Her body, drained and weary, was adorned only by her anguish. Her nails had grown sharp, like the rough edge of a pickaxe, and her hair lay tangled upon her head, clumped as if it were leeks. As Ereshkigal murmured, "Oh, my heart," the Galatura and Kurjara answered her with sympathy. "You are troubled, our mistress. Oh, your heart." When she sighed, "Oh, my liver," they replied with equal compassion. "You are troubled, our mistress. Oh, your liver." Startled by their understanding, Ereshkigal looked upon them, questioning, "Who are you?" "I speak from my heart to your heart, from my liver to your liver. If you are gods, let us speak. If you are mortals, let a destiny be decreed for you." Binding them with an oath by heaven and earth, she sought their purpose. She offered them the gifts of a river's water and a field's grain, but they refused, standing firm in their intent. "Give us the corpse hanging on the hook," they demanded. Inanna was trapped in the underworld, raised upon a stake. Ereshkigal, hesitant, replied, "That is the corpse of your queen." Undeterred, they insisted, "Whether it is the corpse of our king or our queen, give it to us." The Anunnaki were summoned. In assembly, they sat upon thrones of shining gold. Relenting, Ereshkigal handed over the lifeless body, and as Enki had commanded, one of them sprinkled it with the life-giving plant, while the other anointed it with the life-giving water. In that instant, Inanna stirred, life returning to her once more. As she moved upward through each of the 7 gates of the underworld, the keepers of the gates restored her adornments piece by piece, the symbols of her power and beauty returning to her in turn. Yet, as Inanna prepared to ascend, the Anunnaki, the 7 judges of the underworld, appeared, halting her path. They spoke with the authority of ancient law. Who has ever ascended unscathed from the underworld? If Inanna is to depart, she must leave a substitute in her place.